Alright, so we're gonna explain what happens during a workout. So this is I wanna give you this guide to like kinda like prepare you mentally and physically what's gonna happen to your body. Because of course, people think working out like, oh shit, like man, I'm gonna feel so tired. Dude, my fucking body's gonna feel like painful and like uncomfortable. Which is true, because when you start really pushing yourself, you are gonna feel that in comfort, you're not gonna feel comfortable. Your body's gonna be very hot and you're gonna be sweaty and it's gonna feel kind of nasty because you're like, damn, I'm sweating, like I feel like gross. But I'll be honest with you, every human being does it. Even in the summertime, even girls, they all sweat. Everybody sweats. It's natural. It's our body a way to cool us down. So here's what you're gonna happen, right? When you first start warming up, you actually first thing when you warm up, you're not gonna feel as tired. You're gonna feel actually kind of good. But if you're beginning working out, you wear like clothes like this, you actually your body will start itching like crazy. That in my experience when I first started, like every time I warm up or I start starting to sweat, I get very itchy, and that was it usually happens when you're not used to working out. I don't know why exactly, but your body does get very itchy. I have noticed that, like, your whole, like, the clothes that you're wearing starts to really itch you. I think maybe it has to do something with the sweat glands in your skin. I have no I really don't know why it happens the very first time you work out, but I say don't really worry about it because I guess it's your way of your body like getting exposed to your body warming up, and I guess there's sweat glands. You're just opening up, so it just your skin becomes a little irritable because of the sweat. But that's absolutely normal. It's fine. Nothing's gonna bad happen to you. You just get a little itchy. Now you start warming up, and you start to feel, your whole body starting to sweat. And of course your breathing might get a little like that's fine. That's your body. It's a great way of telling you that you are alive, you're functioning, you're warming up, so your body's gonna start sweating to cooling you down. Your muscles will start to become stressed because it needs that oxygen. That's why you start breathing a little heavier or a little faster. It's fine. That's normal. Nothing's bad gonna happen to you. It's not like you're gonna get a heart attack. You're gonna be fine. That's like your body way of telling you that you are alive and you're a human. You're human. And now let's say that you push yourself really fucking hard, right? So let's say for instance push-ups. Let's say like you just say fuck it. Let me just try a push-up real quick. Let me try a couple. Like any beginner, you probably can only do a couple, but the first rep obviously will feel very like it won't be as bad compared to the more reps you do. And let me tell you how the things that got me really off guard and the things that I was concerned about was like, bro, like why is this happening? Like I understand it's gonna be hard, but like this just feels really shitty, and I feel like the more I do it, the worse I'm gonna get. So obviously I knew like muscles, right? I know that's gonna work with my chest, my shoulders, and my triceps, because those are the muscles that are used to engage the push-up. And a little bit of my abs, a little bit of my glutes, because I know to form that straight line, I need to flex them. So obviously I start feeling in my triceps and chest first. So you start feeling that burn sensation, which is fine. That means that your body is kind of like it's not. There's a common misconception where people say it's lactic acid, but it actually isn't lactic acid building up. It's actually your pH levels dropping. They're becoming more acidic, and it's practically actually the same way of why we feel pain. The human body. If I cut myself right here, it'll feel pain because it's telling me, hey, yo, like this shit is severed and it needs to heal. And obviously, your body doesn't want any more damaged parts or like any more damage to occur, so it's gonna start sending those pain signals. And same thing with our muscles. When we start breaking down that muscle tissue and start really pushing ourselves, that pH level drops. It becomes more acidic, and it starts to make that uncomfortable burning sensation. It's kind of like our it's kind of like a way of muscles to like it's kind of like how can I explain a way to let us know that our muscles are being kind of like overworked, which is a good thing. It's absolutely great because that's when you know you're really pushing yourself, And that's when you know you're gonna come back even stronger. It may suck right now in this moment when you're doing that exercise. You feel like you're getting weaker and weaker and weaker because each rep gets harder and harder. You know, it just becomes really, really fucking uncomfortable. You're like, what the fuck? Like, I'm getting weaker and weaker. Like, what the fuck? It's totally normal. Every athlete gets through that. When especially doing long reps, they're gonna get weaker and weaker. It's just how our muscles work in the way of protecting our body to not overuse our muscles and damage them even worse. But this is absolutely normal, and you will feel that burn sensation, and that's actually great. Like the same thing with feeling itchiness in your shirt or your body is telling you way like, hey, your body's functioning. Like you need to feel that pain because it's kind of a way of telling you that you are working to your maximal capacity. That's when you know you're really, really pushing yourself, and you know that you're going to become even stronger a week or 3 days later when your muscles fully recover. Now, the pain. So, to know that if you're not messing up a joint, or to not make sure you're not messing up your tendon, like getting tendonitis, or I think the other term is bursitis, where it's like you get fluid in your joints. Well, you do some research on human anatomy and realize, okay, let's say that you do chest, right? If you feel your chest, all right here, you touch them and they feel sore, they feel kind of tender. Same with your shoulders, just the muscle though. And same thing with the triceps, which is right here. You feel when you touch it and it's sore, that's good. That means that your muscles were worked. But you start feeling your tendon like inside of here, and you start feeling pain right here, or let's say your triceps. You know, this is very common. You feel pain right here. That's when you know you're working. Then either your body weight is too heavy, or let's say you're lifting weights. That means it's just being way too overused. Like that's becoming an overuse injury. And then if you feel pain inside in the joint, not specifically at the muscle. When you touch the muscle, you feel no pain. You're like, damn. But when you start moving it around, then that's when you know you're either like messing up something in the joint that you're using too much weight or you haven't warmed up properly. That's when you know that's like, okay, it's not muscle pain. It's actually something even worse than that because then I say go to your doctor, go to a chiropractor and get that checked up because that's when you know that like, okay, this is not muscles anymore. This is something that can potentially injure me really badly if I keep doing it over and over. And those are like, that's why people get afraid of working out. It's like, oh man, like what if I push myself way too hard? Your body will let you know. And it's the type of pain it's the same type of pain that you feel when you cut yourself or when you break a bone, wherever experience you can relate to. The exact same type of pain. It's very similar. Very sharp pain. While the muscle pain is more like it's more like a dullness feeling. It's just like when you flex your muscles or you touch it, you feel the pain, but you're relaxed, you don't really feel it at all. Your muscles, you don't feel it. So that's when you know that your muscles are being worked. Like, I guess I get more in depth with this. Like my legs, I worked on my legs 2 days ago before I made this video, and obviously I know how the body works. So in the very first time I won't feel it, but after like 10 hours, I start feeling the soreness. Those are called DOMS, the late onset muscle soreness. And I can feel like even today they're still kind of sore, and I can feel the quads, all my leg muscles sore. But I didn't feel any pain in my tendons in my kneecap or the hamstring behind the leg muscle behind your leg. I didn't feel any pain. Same thing with my calf. I touched my Achilles tendon. I'm like, okay, it's fine. Like it's not even sore. Like it feels good. While my muscle feels sore. That's when I know that I worked out the muscles. I did the correct intensity, and I know that I wasn't gonna like injure myself in the future. And the next time I go do it again, I'll be fine. I actually will come back stronger. Now, during a workout. Now let's say you're doing muscle building, right? So when you exert yourself with a lot of weight, like let's say pull-ups, and you keep doing for a lot of reps, you will notice like obviously your breathing is going to be like that because you're exerting yourself, you're pushing to your limits. And I don't know why this only happened to me a couple times, but I know this is normal because this is my way of my body reacting to like me getting tired, and I will literally feel like pressure on my neck even though there's nothing physically on my neck, like in my windpipe. But like I knew that like okay, well this is kind of like a byproduct because my body is straining itself, so it's trying to get all the air that I need to execute this lift. And pretty much I kind of already knew like what, like this is normal, like I'm gonna be okay. It's not like my throat's in pain. I'm gonna be fine because this is my body telling me that like yeah, you're pushing yourself really hard, but you're gonna be all right. You're alive. Now the third type of uncomfortability, I guess. I'm trying to think of another one. Cardio, right? Same feeling. You feel like a heaviness in your chest. That's fine if it's around here because your lungs are working. If you have never really gotten used to cardio, you will feel like tired. You feel kind of winded, but that's good. Especially if you're sprinting or jogging like at a fast pace, you will feel that, and that's fine. I mean, you're pushing yourself, bro. Like it's gonna happen, you know. But I say if you start feeling pain on the side, like right here at your rib cage, that's your diaphragm muscle spasming because it's not used to that type of movement. So what I recommend for doing that is just to lower the intensity, not like keep going at that fast pace. But if you're running, you start feeling those side stitches. That's what they're called, like stitches on your side. Run at a slower pace, recuperate yourself, and control your breathing. Usually that happens because you breathe through your mouth. You're going like, because you're really straining that diaphragm. Always the key to do cardio. Always breathe through your nose and breathe out through your nose with like regular like jogging, light cardio, steady state cardio. When you start doing sprinting, then yes, you can breathe through your mouth. Go like, you can do that. It's absolutely fine. You need that oxygen for those muscles. And yeah, I'm trying to think of another like tip or like something that you might be concerned of, but in reality, it will be okay. Your body will be fine. I guess I'm trying to think of another thing. What like uncomfortability things that I find like that I find very uncomfortable. Um, hmm. I think that's about it, honestly. Yeah. I guess if you get a headache before a workout, it kind of depends. If you got like trauma to the head, yeah, I say get that checked up. But if you just wake up and you just get a headache, I say the best thing to do is just stretch that neck muscles around because I do get a lot of headaches. Because usually these are really tight because of boxing. I get hit in the face a lot. And plus, when I hit the bag, all that impact goes to my shoulder and my neck. But usually, I say don't immediately start something hard right off the bat. Kind of do a longer warm up, you know. And actually, believe it or not, this happens to me a lot. I don't know if it happens to every people, but usually, once you get blood flow through that neck, especially when I do like exercises for my neck, and I get a headache, and I start like laying on the side of a bed or on a bench, doing neck curls. The headache goes away because I believe I'm getting blood flow through my neck, and it's going throughout my whole head. So it kind of like I don't know why, but it helped me a lot to get through those tough days where I do have a headache before I go to work out. And yeah, so all those things, like if it's one way or the other, if it's one way, then you're gonna be fine. The other way, go see a doctor, check it up. Make sure you don't injure yourself or strain yourself too hard. But those were the things that got me off guard at the initial start when I started working out. But then, as I learned, I realized, this is normal. This is how the body responds to physical stress. So go get it, get out there. And if you have any symptoms of like, tendon pain, joint pain, I say go to the chiropractor and check it out.